Welcome. Today, we'll uncover the mystery behind importing PBIX files into Power BI Desktop. First, let's talk about what PBIX files are and why they matter. Then we'll dive into the powerhouse tool, Power BI Desktop. Of course, there are a few must-know prerequisites before you begin. And finally, we'll go step by step through the import process. Don't worry, I promise it's easier than finding a missing sock. Hi everyone, I am Catherine Scott, and for over 12 years, I have helped businesses like yours harness the power of ERP systems to unlock their full potential. Today, I want to walk you through how our solution doesn't just meet your needs, it anticipates them. Think of it as your business nervous system, intelligent, responsive, and always working for you. Let's dive into the technical magic behind it, because when you understand how it works, you'll see exactly why it's a game changer. Think of PBIX files as the treasure chest holding all your Power BI reports and data models. They're created right inside Power BI Desktop and make sharing insights super easy. Whether working solo or collaborating with teammates, these files are your golden ticket to streamline data analysis. And trust me, keeping your PBIX files organized is like keeping your snack drawer stocked. Life gets easier. A Power BI Desktop is the brain behind data magic. It helps transform raw numbers into meaningful insights with stunning visuals. You can pull data from various sources, mold it into something useful, and create reports tailored to your needs. Think of it as an artist's palette, except instead of paint, you get data, charts, and dazzling graphs. Before we jump in, let's cover some basics. First, make sure you've installed Power BI Desktop, kind of important, right? Next, ensure your PBIX file is within reach. It's no good hiding on a forgotten flash drive. Double-check compatibility, because not all PBIX files are created equal. Lastly, permissions, because nothing ruins the excitement like an access denied message. Welcome to the world of report visuals. Think of them as the emojis of data. They make numbers talk. First, we explore the variety of visuals in Power BI and how to pick the right one. Then we'll tweak and customize them to make our data shine. Finally, I'll share best practices for creating visuals that tell a compelling story. Get ready to transform boring spreadsheets into dazzling insights. Now that we have visuals, let's tweak our reports to make them even better. First, we refine the layout so everything looks polished. Then we get fancy with filters and sorting to find the stories hidden in our data. Up next, slicers and drill-through options to make navigation seamless. Finally, a dash of formatting and themes to make sure your report isn't just smart, but stylish too. Let's talk about saving, because nobody likes losing their hard work. First, we'll see how to save reports locally for easy updates. Then I'll walk you through version control and backups, because trust me, disasters happen. We also need flexibility, so let's explore exporting reports in different formats. Lastly, ensuring data integrity, because reports should be reliable, not riddled with surprises. Time to take our masterpiece live. First, we cover the process of publishing reports securely to Power BI service. Then I'll show you how to manage permissions, so your boss sees the good stuff but not your testing mess-ups. We'll also set up scheduled refresh, because stale data is a crime. And finally, embedding reports in other apps, because Power BI deserves a bigger audience. Troubleshooting, the necessary evil of any tool. First, let's deal with slow report performance. Then we'll tackle the dreaded missing visuals and data mysteries. Refresh failures. We've got fixes for that. Lastly, deciphering error messages, because cryptic alerts shouldn't make you feel like you need a detective's license. Managing PBIX files shouldn't feel like hunting for buried treasure. First, we organize them properly so finding reports is a breeze. Then we adopt smart naming conventions so future you doesn't scream it past you. Next, we optimize file size so reports run faster than your morning coffee kicks in. And finally, documentation, because a well-documented report is like a helpful road sign. That's a wrap. We covered everything from creating visuals to troubleshooting reports. Want to keep learning? I'll point you to resources to boost your Power BI skills. Don't be afraid to experiment. Some of the best insights come from creative tinkering. And finally, remember, a great report isn't just numbers, it's a story waiting to be told. So go forth and create brilliance. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.